Alright guys, here we are in my PayPal account to show you the transaction proof. As you can see, everything is clickable here as I hover my mouse, so there are no fake proofs or any kind of editing that some haters might claim. The only edit here is to blur the buyer's last name for obvious reasons, as well as my personal information. However, I can still click on the activity and see that everything is still there in real time. Okay, enough with that. Let me now give you the backstory of what happened and how I made $500 for creating a tutorial for the best AI horror story I had made on YouTube, and then I'll proceed to the course. A couple of days ago, I created the best AI anime horror story video on YouTube, using AI exclusively while maintaining the flow and consistency of the story and characters. You can still find that video in the top right corner. However, when I finally completed and uploaded it to YouTube, I received a copyright claim for using a track that was supposed to be free. From that point on, despite how well structured and engaging the storytelling was, the video was ultimately set up for failure. You see, when you receive a copyright claim, the visibility of your video in monetized countries gets restricted, which can doom your views by up to 90%. The only option left was to remove the music. But how could an 8-minute story keep people engaged without it? Let me tell you, it can't, no matter how great the story and visuals are. To my surprise, there were still some people who watched the entire video and loved it nonetheless. As I mentioned before, the workflow of that anime horror story video is something you won't see anywhere else on YouTube. So, those who watched it to the end kept asking me to release a tutorial on how I made it. However, my mood was dampened by the unfortunate events surrounding the copyright issues and limited view restrictions, which made me want to forget about this video and just move on. Yet there was one subscriber who couldn't let it go and really wanted to know how I created it. So he emailed me with an offer of $500 to finally release this AI anime horror story course, which means that what you are about to learn in this video is all thanks to Ron. Now, I have to warn you that this AI course is not meant to entertain you or has the need to hook your attention span with flashy edits. This course is for those who have what it takes to make money online and have the hunger to always learn new AI things and acquire skills that actually pay off, in this case, $500. But generally, acquiring such skills can make you a lot more money when combined with the things I teach on this channel, as I have proven before your eyes time and time again. So, if you are one of my kind of people who are always thirsty to learn new things, then leave me a like to keep me going and subscribe to my channel, as I'm always teaching valuable AI insights here that have made me money online and can guarantee to help you make money as well. So without further ado, let's begin the course. Alright, to create a good horror story, we first need a script. Instead of using Gemini AI, we'll use Perplexity for the script because, after running some more tests, I found that it creates more interesting stories. This means less improvising and brainstorming for us. Let's begin. To use Perplexity for the script, simply Google Perplexity AI and select the first result. Once you're in, you'll see a prompt box where you can ask anything or generate content that interests you, like horror stories. Remember, how you phrase your prompt really impacts the outcome. Instead of just asking for a horror story about McDonald's, add more details for better results. For example, instead of simply prompting for a McDonald's horror story, it's much better to include more specifics. Here's an example prompt for great results. Write me a short horror story about a McDonald's employee working the night drive-thru. The story should be intriguing and under 100 words, featuring a unique paranormal twist that surprises the audience at the end. Avoid cliches involving monsters or red glowing eyes. To generate the story, just hit the arrow button here. Here we have the generated story. From what I read, it's a pretty solid one. If you don't like this story at all, you have 3 options. The first option is to generate a new one by typing "generate a new one" in this box. The second option is, if you like the horror story but want a new ending, just type "generate a new ending for the existing story." And your third option is to take what you have and brainstorm new ideas to include in the story. For now, let's go with what we have here and start creating the scene visuals. Now, before taking the script as a whole and starting to generate the pictures, it really helps to open a WordPad document and start separating the scenes. Add some picture prompts that you think fit the story, as I have done here. I will also include this Word file in the folder. Once you have organized everything, it's time to create the images. To do that, we will simply copy the suggested scene prompts we have here and paste them into ideogram one by one to create the pictures for the entire story. Keep in mind that this is still AI, and we may need to retry a couple of times for better results. Alright, so to turn our prompts into pictures, we need ideogram. To use it, simply Google ideogram and choose the first result. Sign up for free with an email, choose a nickname, and then you will be redirected to this page. Now in here, what I need you to do is click inside this box and select the 16:9 aspect ratio, which is the dimension for YouTube videos. From the filters below in the prompt box, since we are creating an anime horror story, please choose the anime filter by clicking on it. All that remains now is to paste our scene prompts from WordPad in order, one by one, and turn them into pictures. So, let's start with the prompt of our first scene, which was McDonald's restaurant drive-thru exterior at night, featuring a glowing McDonald's sign in a desolate setting with a horror ambiance and a drive-thru speaker. Hit generate, and let's see what we get. Here we have the picture results. I think the one that best describes what we need is the fourth one, and it looks pretty good. To download it on the free plan, simply click on the 3 dots here, choose the free JPG quality, which makes no visual difference, and download it. Let's move to the second scene prompt, which was, an anime girl McDonald's employee is working the night shift at the McDonald's drive-thru. The girl is wearing a McDonald's uniform, a hat, and has blue twin braids. She looks happy as she waves at the passing cars from the drive-thru window POV. The fourth result looks once again great and it fits our prompt, so we will download this one as well. Next we have the third scene prompt, which was anime-style midnight horror ambiance, a side view of a girl sitting inside a car, looking straight ahead. She has blue twin braids and appears pale as if she is dead. Her face is stitched and looks deformed, suggesting that she is a monster. Her expression is angry, and she has long, terrifying teeth. The scene conveys a haunted ambiance filled with darkness and horror. Now, as I mentioned in the WordPad, we don't want to spoil this character yet or reveal the twist. So I will show you how to create a black silhouette of her in CapCut. For now, just download the image, as we will need it. Here we have the downloaded image. What I need you to do with it is take it and place it inside CapCut. Then, copy this image and upload the copy to the site called remove.bg. Remove the background as shown and download it. Now here's our image with the background removed. What I need you to do next is drag it into CapCut as well, but on top of our previous picture. After you do that, go to the top right corner in the adjustments and drag the Lumograph line all the way to the right. This is how you can create silhouettes in CapCut. To save it as a new picture, click the 3 lines here, select the Export Still Frames option, give it a name, and export it to your desired location. As you can see, our new image is now ready, so you can go ahead and delete the previous versions of this picture. Alright, back to generating. So the fourth scene's image prompt was, POV inside the McDonald's window. An anime girl McDonald's employee is working the night shift at the McDonald's drive-thru. The girl is wearing a McDonald's uniform, a hat, and has blue twin braids. With a scared expression, she is looking outside at the road where there's a parked car in the shadows. The atmosphere is gloomy with horror vibes, so once again hit generate. Here we are with the results, and I will download the fourth one, as it looks great and fits the story perfectly. Now, for the fifth result, we can actually use the silhouette image again, as it still fits with the script and enhances the anticipation. So, no new generations are needed here. For the sixth scene's image, the prompt was, anime horror style theme. A speaker inside a McDonald's desk with a red light illuminated. Night lighting, horror ambiance. So, let's generate that. Here we are with the results, none of which I like. So I will hit the generate button again from above. This time, I like the second result, and I will download it. For the seventh scene, the image prompt was, close-up POV inside the McDonald's window. An anime girl McDonald's employee is working the night shift at the McDonald's drive-thru. The girl is wearing a McDonald's uniform, a hat, and has blue twin braids. She is sweating and looks shocked as she grabs her head in fear. Let's generate it. Alright, from these results, I like the second one, so I will download that. The final scene's image prompt was, anime horror style theme. POV close-up view of a girl peeking inside the McDonald's drive-thru window, with her hands touching the glass and visible handprints on the window. She has blue twin braids and appears pale, as if she is dead. Her face is stitched and looks deformed, suggesting that she is a monster. She has a large, monstrous mouth and long, terrifying teeth stained with blood. The scene conveys a haunted ambience filled with darkness and horror. From the results, I will download the second one, and with that we have gathered all the needed scene pictures. and our text-to-image generation step is completed. Now for the story, we need narration as well. In the script we generated, we need two voices. One will be the main narrator, who will be male, and the second will be a female voice for Jamie. We will also need a voice for the evil version of Jamie, but it will be the same as the normal one. We will just add some effects to it. I have already decided on the voices, so let me show you how to get them. As you might have guessed, for this task we will use 11 labs, but not just any casual voice. To get a professional yet free voice, we will head over to the Voices button on the left, then to Library, and search for Kayana Cook to be our female narrator. Just press the Add button here. Our main male narrator is called Bateman, so search for him and add him as well. To use these voices, we need to go back to the Voices section and head over to the Community tab. There they are. Our story starts with our main narrator, so we will first use him. Press the Use button on Bateman, click inside this box here, and we will start transforming our text into speech. So basically, all we have to do now is take the script from our scenes and generate the narration. Each time our main narrator speaks, we will use Bateman, and each time Jamie speaks, we will use Kiana. Let's see the example together. Alright, so the first scene's script was, "The night was quiet at the McDonald's drive-thru, save for the hum of the speaker." Let's generate it.
The night was quiet at the McDonald's drive-thru, save for the hum of the speaker.
Remember, if for any reason the audio results don't come out clean, you can always regenerate them. I believe you get the point, so I will continue generating the voiceover for the remaining scripts, and will see you when I have them all ready. Alright, I have completed the voiceover recordings and have numbered them accordingly to fit each scene for ease of reference. Every time you see a duplicate number on the voiceover files, it means that both our main narrator and Jamie are speaking in the same scene. All the voiceovers are a maximum of 5 seconds long, which means that our animated scenes must also be a maximum of 5 seconds. With that being said, let's start the animation part of the scenes. To get started, simply Google Runway and click on the first result. Then, press the Get Started button and sign in with your email. After you sign in, you will be redirected to this page. Now scroll down a bit and to the left, press the Generative Video option. Make sure your model is set to Gen 3 Alpha Turbo. So, let's upload our first picture here and prompt for an animation of 5 seconds, which is the length of each of our clips. Here we are with our first picture uploaded. First, I'll set the duration to 5 seconds. Now, all that's left is to come up with a prompt that fits the picture and our story. Feel free to brainstorm anything. Even if the result isn't what you expected, you'll find that Runway can surprise you with fitting outcomes. Let's try this prompt. A haunted night at the street. The McDonald's sign is flickering and there is a fog in the atmosphere. Hit generate and I'll see you with the results. Here we are with the results, and even though it's not 100% true to our prompt, it looks great and serves as a good intro. So we will download it by pressing this button. Here is the second picture for which I prompted the animation. The girl is smiling and waves to the camera. The results looked great once again, so I kept that video also. For the third picture, the prompt was, a ghostly black silhouette seems to be sitting inside a car. Here is the result it produced, which looks great for our story. Here is the fourth picture for which I prompted the animation. The girl inside the McDonald's restaurant seems worried and afraid as she talks outside of the window, talking animation. I like the results, but I think it will fit even better if I reverse the movement, which I will do in CapCut. For the sixth animation, I prompted for horror-style fog, the atmosphere is haunted and gloomy. The results looked great once again. For the seventh and eighth animation, things got really interesting. I combined the scenes this time and prompted for, the girl is crying. She is shocked and holds her head in fear and despair as she watches herself in the window transforming into a zombie-like monster. To combine the scenes, all you need to do is add the seventh picture as the first frame here and the eighth as the last frame. Make sure to set the duration to 10 seconds to fit our voiceover. The combining option is really handy for maintaining style and characters in longer and different scenes. Here are the results. Alright, so we now have everything we need to create our horror story. We have the video scenes ready here and the voiceovers below. We can delete the pictures now, as we don't need them anymore. All that remains is to gather the files inside CapCut, add some micro edits, subtitles, sounds, and music, and we're good to go. I will now show you the complete result I made, and then break it down in CapCut.
The night was quiet at the McDonald's drive-thru, save for the hum of the speaker. Jamie, the lone employee, greeted each car with a practiced smile. As the clock struck midnight, a customer pulled up in a rusted sedan, their face obscured by shadows.
Can I take your order?
Jamie asked, but the figure remained silent, staring intently ahead. A chill crept up her spine. Suddenly, the speaker crackled to life with a voice she recognized.
I'll have what I always wanted.
Heart racing, Jamie turned to see her own reflection in the window. Only it wasn't her. The figure smiled back, and then the world went dark.
Okay, so here we are inside CapCut with all the files used. So what makes a horror story really stand out? In my opinion, is not the music, not the story, but the sounds that you use that fit the scenes. So in the WordPad, I have also included links to the free sound effects I used in this horror story. So let's begin by breaking down the sounds. In the first scene, since it is a general exterior scene, you have the flexibility to add various sounds like passing cars, wind, and people walking, etc. However, to fit the sound to the narration, since it mentions in the scene that you can only hear the sound of the hum of the speaker, I searched on Pixabay and used an electricity noise resembling a speaker hum. In the second scene, I didn't use any sound because you don't want to overwhelm the audience with too many sounds and distract them from the story. In the third scene, since the script mentioned that the clock struck midnight, I used a church bell sound to mimic the clock and included the sound of a car stopping to fit the sedan that pulled up with the girl inside scene. In the sixth scene, since the script mentioned that the girl felt a chill down her spine, I used a jump scare sound to fit the emotion of fear. In the seventh scene, since the script mentioned that the speaker crackled to life, I just use a static noise to represent the radio microphone sound. In the final scene, I reused the jump scare sound to evoke fear. So, let's see all of these sounds I mentioned inside CapCut, without the music or the narration. Alright, that's basically it for the sounds. Let's go fast with some basic things about the editing now. The most basic thing I can tell you is that you need to align the voiceover and the sounds to match the scenes. That's why you should first test how long the voiceover for each scene is, so you can generate an animation with the same duration as we did in this video by creating 5 or 10-second animations. So, as you can see, below are our voiceovers that fit the scene durations perfectly. In the second row is the music that I cut and placed to fit the entire story, and in the third row are the sounds we discussed. Now, for the effects, all I used was the vignette effect. You can find it by clicking on a scene, navigating to the adjustment section in the top right corner, and then scrolling down to increase or decrease the vignette amount by moving the slider to the right or left. Of transitions, I used 3. The first one is in the 6th scene, where I split it in half by pressing this button here, and then added the transition named White Flash to enhance the paranormal vibe of the scene. The second transition is in the 7th scene, and it is called Inhale. I used it to represent the shock of the situation, and I also applied the effect called Camera Shake in this scene to convey Jamie's panic and fear. Lastly, I cut the final scene as well, and used the transition called Memory 2 to represent Jamie's body being possessed by her evil self and to enhance the transformation scene. So that's basically it. I also used the auto subtitles feature to add white captions by heading to the top left corner in the text section, selecting Auto Captions, choosing English as the language, and then clicking Generate. So, now that we've talked about the edits, let's watch the video one last time so you can point out all the things we mentioned in the video.
The night was quiet at the McDonald's drive-thru, save for the hum of the speaker. Jamie, the lone employee, greeted each car with a practiced smile. As the clock struck midnight, a customer pulled up in a rusted sedan, their face obscured by shadows.
Can I take your order?
Jamie asked, but the figure remained silent, staring intently ahead. A chill crept up her spine. Suddenly, the speaker crackled to life with a voice she recognized.
I'll have what I always wanted.
Heart racing, Jamie turned to see her own reflection in the window. Only it wasn't her. The figure smiled back, and then the world went dark.
So that sums up this AI horror story course. For music, I would recommend something from Mayu, who is a YouTuber and composer specializing in horror music. You can use his music as long as you credit him in your video description. However, make sure to always test the music before uploading to YouTube, because sometimes you may receive music claims, as happened to me due to the artist's inactivity in updating the description of the music, which is now monetized on his end and can no longer be used. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.